Okay, so when we are seated today on the mat, see if you can sit in easy pose. This is what this is called, easy pose, where you're just sitting with your legs crisscrossed. If when you're seated here, it doesn't feel easy, that's okay. That's pretty normal, especially as you begin to practice. You might have to sit on a block or a pillow, okay? So just find yourself comfortably seated, lift up the chest, and we're going to take the hands behind and interlace the fingers. So if you get your hands behind you with your fingers interlaced, keep your fingers interlaced as you take your fists over to the outside of your right hip or side waist, okay? And then this right elbow, see if you can point it straight back. We'll take the right ear and drop it toward the right shoulder. And so this is just a side stretch for the neck. We're opening up the top of the shoulder. You might feel that down the arm. Feel your jaw relax. And start to come into your breath, breathing in slowly and breathing out slowly. And then take your hands behind you and scoop them over to the other side. So you can lift your head up, point your left elbow straight back, and take your left ear over the left shoulder. You can feel the entire side of the face relaxing. You notice that your right arm is behind you and your left ear gets a little closer to the left shoulder, but we keep that left shoulder down. Just letting gravity do what it does best. And then lift your head up. And we've got another person coming in, just so you guys know if you hear anything. Take your right, actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do deer pose. So you're in easy pose. Simply take your left foot behind you. And so that means the sole of your right foot is on top of your left thigh, your left foot is behind. We'll notice what that feels through the inner left thigh. We're going to twist to the right. So take your right hand behind you, your left hand on top of your right knee, and then inhale, lift up through the heart, and then twist to the right, exhale. And then inhale, center. We'll take the left hand to the outside of the left leg, right onto the mat. Right arm comes up along the ear. Let your palm face the floor. And flip that palm. Spread your fingers. And then come on up. Take your right hand to the ground. We're going to take the right knee to the ground. And then step the left leg to the back of your mat. Take your left arm up and along the ear. Let the palm face the floor. Big stretch. Imagine that your body is like a big yawn, a big stretch. You're just getting out of bed. And then see now if you can grab a hold of your left foot behind you. Okay, so you're drawing your heel toward your butt. And then you can lengthen your tailbone long. You feel that stretch along the top of your thigh. And then press your hips forward. Kick your foot back into your hands. Just lean your head back, a little bit of a back bend. And then release that foot. Go ahead and take a seat. And change sides. So draw your left foot in, take your right foot behind you. Now the sole of the left foot is on top of the right thigh or just next to the right thigh. The heel of your right foot is by your hip. Lifting the heart up, twisting to the left. So your left hand behind you, right hand on top of your thigh. Breathing in, lengthening. Exhale, twisting. And then inhale, come through center, so you're unwinding. Right hand to the ground, left arm comes up along the ear. And then coming up, take your left hand to the ground, your left knee to the ground, and then step your right foot to the back of your mat. And take your right arm up along the ear, let your palm face the floor, big stretch, spread your fingers. Really push out through the outer edge of your right foot, and then see if you can take a hold of your right foot behind you. So the heel comes up close to your butt. Okay. Lengthen your tailbone, and then see if you are able to press the hips forward and kick your foot back into your hand. Reach your head back, just lean it back a little. And then you can release. Go ahead and have a seat. So here, take both legs straight in front of you and cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Flex your right toes back. Lean back into your hands, so your hands come behind you, and then bend your left knee. Plant your foot flat, so the heel of your foot is close to your left sit bone. Now you can walk your hands closer to your low back to help you bring your chest up towards your leg. Take a moment here and just find some time to be still. Slow down the breath. And then straighten your left leg, straighten your right leg. Change sides. So the left ankle comes over the right thigh, just above the knee. Slide your right foot back. And I like the feeling of flexing my left toes back, but you can experiment with pointing the toes and flexing the toes and see what's getting into all those sweet spots for you. Let your chest lift up a bit toward your left leg. And then once you get into any tender areas, just pause here and slow the breath down. And then release your right leg, release your left leg. And we can come to the top of the mat. We're going to get ready for our sun salutations. So once you come to the top of your mat, bring your feet together. And when you have your feet together, just start to stand tall. So you notice big toes are touching. Little space between the heels. Sit back like you're sitting back into a chair, and sweep your arms all the way up along the ears. Okay, breathe in, maybe look up here. And then dive forward, fold forward. You take your two fists between your feet. Bend your knees so that your belly rests on top of your thighs and hold onto your elbows. Rock your weight towards your toes. Here we're going to let the head get really, really heavy. And once again, we're just noticing the effects of gravity, helping to lengthen the spine to create space for you in the upper body. So if you're able to straighten your legs, you can try that. If that makes you feel like you're rounding your upper back, then skip that. Keep your knees bent so your spine can feel a little more straightened. And then take your hands to your shins. Look up. Okay, so long, flat back. You're reaching the center of the chest away from the low back. And then take your hands to your mat. Step back into your high push-up pose. This is our plank pose. Spreading your fingers wide. Draw the heels back and the chest forward. Go ahead and inhale. Bring your knees to the ground. And then draw your low belly in. So the muscles of the belly very strong. And start to lower down halfway so you're in control. Slow. Point your toes and then lift your chest. Keep pointing the toes. Maybe lift the chin, glance up, breathe in. And then downward facing dog, exhale. So remember, down dog, you have your fingers spread wide apart, all the knuckles in the hand pressing down into the mat. Slightly draw your chin toward the front of the throat. And then always strengthen the belly in downward dog. So those muscles of the belly drawing in toward the spine. Inhale, look forward. We'll step the right foot forward and drop your left heel flat. Hands stay to the ground just to start. See if you can get your right thigh parallel to the mat. And then sweep the arms all the way up. You feel that you're able to press down into your left heel and press your right knee forward at the same time. So this is a balanced energy. And then take your hands to your mat. We'll step back into that plank pose. Heels back, chest forward. Inhale, tap your knees to the ground. Strong belly, slowly lower down, exhale. Lift up your heart, point your toes. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward, inhale. Left foot steps forward in between the hands. Drop your right heel down. See if you can get your left thigh parallel to your mat. And then sweep your arms all the way up. Inhale. Press your right heel down. Slide the left knee forward just a little. And then let's come back into your high push-up pose. Tap your knees down, inhale. Strong belly, lower, exhale. Lift your chest, point your toes, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. So you imagine the knuckles of your hands growing little roots down into the mat, down into the ground. Look at a point in between your calves. And then breathe in for a count of 4. And breathe out for a count of 4. And keep doing that, breathing in for a 4 count. And out for a 4 count. Look forward, inhale. Walk forward, exhale. Bring your feet together. Hands come up onto your shins. Lift your heart up so you're coming into a flat back. Your shoulders stay away from the ears. And then fold, exhale. Bend your knees, drop your sit bones, chair pose, take your arms up along the ears, and then stand tall. Take your hands down by your sides. Take a few breaths here. Just feel your heartbeat. Arms sweep out and up. Inhale, palms touch above. And then take your arms wide and long. Long, flat back. This is swan dive as you fold forward here. Palms to shins, look up, inhale. And then take your right knee back. Bring your knee down. Low lunge, arms sweep up. And so here you can feel this tailbone drop down, the pubic bone lifts up towards your belly button. And then take your hands to the mat, step back to plank. And tap your knees to the ground, inhale. Super strong belly, lower, exhale. Lifting the heart up, point your toes, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Look forward, right foot forward, left knee down, just like before, but the other side, arms sweeping up. Then you drop your tailbone. Hands to your mat, step your back foot forward and fold. Arms sweep out and up as you rise up, palms touch above, inhale. And then swan dive, arms wide, long flat back as you fold, exhale. Look up, inhale. Left leg back, knee down. Arms up, inhale. Plank pose, exhale. And tap your knees down, inhale. Strong belly, you're in control, lower down, exhale. Lift your chest up, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Look forward, left foot forward, right knee down. Arms sweep up, inhale. Hands to your mat, step your back foot forward and fold. Come all the way up, inhale, palms touch above. And then slide your hands to prayer in front of your heart, exhale. Tune into your heartbeat, your breath. And then let's go ahead and take your feet wider than the hips and squat down. So drop your sit bones down. Your hands are in prayer. And then let's take a seat. So we're getting ready for our seated meditation. I like sitting on something. You don't have to, but it is sometimes more comfortable. So if you have a block or a cushion, you can grab that. If you want to feel warm and cozy, you can take a blanket or a sweater over you. And if you want to light a candle, you can do that too. Just create your space, your environment. And so once you are set with your environment here, you can feel your spine get taller. Let your palms rest on top of your thighs. And let your palms actually face the thighs. You can feel the warmth of your hands coming through the skin. And close your eyes and come into that slow, even breath. We're going to breathe in for a count of 4. Pause at the top for 1 count. Exhale for a count of 4. Pause at the end for 1 count. I'll talk you through that again. Inhale for a count of 4. Pause at the top for 1 count. Exhale for 4. Pause at the bottom for 1 count. Keep on with that. I'm going to be silent here for you so that you can focus just on counting the breath in and out. And as you continue breathing this way, with this slow, even breath, I want you to also become aware of the sounds around you. So the sound that's the closest to you, and that might be your own sounds, your own breath. And I want you to know everything about the sounds that are very close to you. We'll begin to broaden our awareness to hear the sounds that are the farthest away. And from here, we're going to now tune into what it feels like every time we exhale. So each exhale gives us this opportunity to go inward, to look inward, and notice what's occurring with the body just on the exhale. And it's in this deep state of relaxation as we are looking inward that we can begin to watch the flow of chi or energy flowing into and out of the areas that you worked in your practice today. our intention for practicing is to stimulate the flow of qi and to restore an overall sense of vibrancy and vitality within the body. Can you feel it? And then take this time right here to consider the rest of your day. Just one aspect that's really important to you about what you'll do today. See it in your mind. And then you can begin to turn the corners of your mouth up. Create a little bit of a smile in the eyes and the mouth. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, clear it out. You can blink your eyes open. Welcome back. And let's take our hands to prayer in front of the heart. You can bow your forehead to your fingertips. As we bow to each other, let us say, Namaste. Thank you so much for signing up. I really love to practice this with you guys, so I hope you do too, and I hope you have a great day.